What's up? How's it going, everybody? Um, yeah, this is the first podcast I guess I'm gonna do. Um, I figure I do a video every week where I just kind of sit down and talk about uh, I don't know, like some WoW stuff, and then maybe go into what's going on next week in WoW, um, and then maybe give like a couple tips or something here and there. I don't know. Uh, why not? Give it a try. Sit down and talk for a little bit. This is gonna be like no editing, just me talking. So I definitely am gonna make some mistakes. I'm not the best speaker, and I say a lot of stupid shit all the time. So be prepared. Anyways, um, yeah. So I guess I'll kind of talk about who I am. My name's Mike. I've been playing WoW since 2007, I believe. I believe I started right at the beginning of Burning Crusade. Um, Either that or like right at the end of Vanilla, but I'm pretty sure it was Burning Crusade. Um, Either way, I leveled up. It took me till the end of Burning Crusade to get to level 70. I first started a Orc Warrior on the server Anubarak, NA, and uh, yeah, it took me till the end of the expansion to get to level 70. Uh, I know I also leveled a paladin, so maybe it didn't take me all the way till the end of the expansion, but I got a paladin probably around level 40, right before Wrath came out. But I remember when Wrath came out, it was such an exciting time. Like I remember seeing the cinematic and going to the store and pre-ordering the game and then picking it up and I remember not immediately leveling my warrior. I think I started at Death Knight immediately and leveled that to 80. And I thought that was one of the coolest classes ever. I I played Frost tank, and it was interesting. I liked it. Then I quit about halfway through Wrath, and I don't know why. I think I was just working a lot and uh, started to play uh, in different bands because I'm a drummer. So I there was a couple years where I was just going heavy into playing music and writing music. So I was in like three bands at once. Maybe one day I'll play some of that for you. But yeah. So I came back around Firelands and leveled up my paladin to level 85. And I remember listening to Convert to Raid podcast. That was the first podcast I ever got into for WoW. And they talked about the Firelands raid, and so that was the first raid I ever really got into. I did um in Wrath I did do the Vault of Arcanon or something like that, the Winter Spring raid. I forget the name of it. I did that a couple times on my Death Knight. I actually tanked it, which I don't know why they made me tank it. I joined this group, this pug, and as a DPS, and then they were like, "Just tank it. You're a Death Knight, whatever." And so I did, and it worked. But so that was technically the first raid I ever did, which is not the best first raid, but it was all right. But I remember doing Firelands a bunch. Um, Firelands was fun, but I didn't get to Rag. I think I only did like the first four bosses, and then Dragon Soul came out. And Dragon Soul's where I really started raiding. So I played Ret, and then one of our healers left midway through Dragon Soul, and so I started healing. And I haven't stopped healing since. I think, yeah, like healing is for some reason just more interesting, more fun to me. I feel like uh, it's to be a good DPS. It's pretty hard, but you can kind of it's kind of the same thing over and over again. Every fight's the same. Your rotation's the same. Or with healing, like you're constantly, you know, throwing out heals left and right, and something goes wrong, you gotta try and save the situation, or yeah, I just like it. It's fun. So I raided Dragon Soul. That one was fun. That was the first raid we ever, me and my guild. I think I was in a guild called Insidious, and we cleared. I'm pretty sure we cleared Dragon Soul, and then the announcement for Mists came out, and I remember a lot of people not being uh, too happy about that. But I honestly, in my opinion, I think Mists is probably the best expansion for me personally. Um, Not only did it have really good raids, but I started playing my favorite class, which is Mistweaver Monk, and I think it's just fun because I love the idea of jumping around and like just dashing across rooms and healing uh, and I don't know, they're just fun to me. So yeah, Miss Pandaria came out. I raided Mogashan Vaults first on my Paladin. I think I leveled on my Paladin first and raided with that. But then halfway through Mogashan Vaults, I switched to Monk and finished that tier. And then my favorite raid came out, Throne of Thunder, and I joined this guild called Serenity, and we um, cleared through normal. I remember getting that first Lei Shen kill. It was like really awesome. And then we did heroic, and I think we only got maybe 6 or 7 bosses down. I don't think we didn't finish the tier on heroic, which at the time was it was heroic, but now they're called mythic. So that's probably the highest level of rating I did. Because now I'm pretty casual. So Miss Pandaria, then Siege of Orgrimmar came out, and level our same with that one. We cleared through normal, and uh, then cleared a few bosses on in heroic. Then they did the switch to mythic, and I think I like quit the last few months of Mist because that just kind of lasted forever. That was like it was like 12 months or 13 months, maybe even 14 of the same raid. So I just quit the last few months before Warlords came out and just relaxed. But then Warlords came out, and I thought I'd switch to Hunter for some reason, and I didn't raid at all. I switched guilds. I actually switched servers to. I switched servers to Burning Blade and joined um, one of my old guilds called Living Fiction. And yeah, just been in that guild since then. But I didn't raid Warlords of Draenor. Um, I know Blackrock Foundry was a good raid, but I unfortunately wasn't able to join. I don't know why I didn't want to raid as much. I just kind of liked running around and shooting my bow. But I left halfway through Warlords as well. That expansion was all right, but yeah, it wasn't too great. Um, then I came back for Legion. I kind of leave halfway through expansions and then come back uh, at the very end. But I came back in Legion, and Demon Hunter was coming out, so I main Demon Hunter for the first half of Legion, and then I left for a little bit, and then came back at the very end with Argus and everything, and I played my warrior again, the OG, and yeah, so I leveled up my warrior, um, and played him quite a bit until BFA was coming out, and I didn't know what to play for BFA. I was like, I wanted to get back into WoW pretty heavy, but I wasn't too sure what to play. So I leveled up a priest, my monk, and a death knight, and my warrior pretty quickly. I leveled them all up in like the first week. And I think I settled on my monk again and raided Old Deer. Now I don't remember finishing Old Deer. I think I got halfway through before, unfortunately, I got stuck in the hospital with leukemia. So I kind of quit playing for about a year, about a whole year, and came back with 8.3. And since 8.3, I've played probably the most I've ever played this game. I don't know why. Uh, Probably just because I'm stuck at home. I haven't been able to get a job yet, and and so I spend a lot of time just kind of doing housework and then playing WoW, and that's about it. Um, so yeah, 8.3. Um, I thought was kind of fun with corruption and with the raid was okay. It wasn't too bad. There was a couple decent bosses in it. Um, wasn't too great for monk. Uh, I think paladins and priests just like blew monk out of the park. And in my guild, I joined like 2 weeks into 8.3. Or no, I didn't join the guild, but I started raiding with them like a couple weeks into the raid, and they'd already been in there. But the healer I played with, he does Mythic Plus pretty high end, so he was geared out to the T and was always out healing me. But I had a lot of fun with Monk, trying different corruption builds, and it was a lot of fun. I thought it was cool. But now I'm playing Monk. We're about a couple months away from Shadowlands. I wasn't too sure what I'm gonna play for Shadowlands. I'm thinking it might just be Monk again, but I'm gonna level up. I'd said I'd level up each healer and then test them out, and then hopefully before raid pick one. But uh, it's looking probably just Monk because I just love how fun they are. Um, but Paladins looking pretty fun too. So yeah, so that brings me to now, and that's pretty much my WoW history. Um, Also, I mentioned that I that I went into the hospital with leukemia. I just wanted to mention that I am now in remission, so I'm doing good. I had a bone marrow biopsy or transplant, and yeah, we're looking good. I'm like a year and 3 months out now, so yeah, we're doing great. Uh, yeah, so I thought I'd start making WoW content again. Um, Maybe I'll talk a little bit about my YouTube history, but back in 2004, well, back in like 2006, I started my YouTube channel, and I uploaded a couple drum videos, which are still up on the channel. Um, and I uploaded a couple goofy videos. I think I did a Leroy Jenkins video um, cut with this car chase, or this police chase, um, where the police car ended up running over a guy because he was out walking down the street with his shotgun or something. And I cut them together, and I thought that video was pretty funny. And then I put up a couple songs that I made on my YouTube channel. So there's those up there now. What's not up there is the stint from 2015 to 2016 where I was like doing some pretty hardcore YouTubing, like making game news videos and mostly, yeah, just game news videos, and then like some other gaming videos playing Undertale, and uh, I got rid of all those videos because I didn't like them anymore. All the game news videos are outdated anyway, so why even have them up? And then the playthroughs, they're mediocre, and I didn't really care for them anyway. So those are just privated. Maybe one day I'll pop them back up, but I just private them that way. I still have them, um, and I can go back to them and watch them. But yeah, so I did hardcore YouTube, did like 100 videos in a year. Uh, Pretty much worked a late night shift at FedEx, came home, made a video Monday through Friday, and that was my schedule. And then the weekends I took off and like just did whatever. But yeah, so that's basically the history of me. If you guys want to know anything else, uh, I can talk about it. If you guys want to know about my old bands or my any other things from back in the day, let me know. But anyways, let's jump into the next part, which is going to be what's how going on next week and when. So next week we get the pre-patch, and the pre-patch is gonna be, I guess, here for a little bit longer than normal because we don't have an expansion release date yet. So the pre-patch could be, a couple weeks long. It could be a month long. Who knows? So I'm thinking it's gonna come out late, or not late November, early December is what I'm thinking. Um, Excuse me. Let me drink a coffee real quick. I haven't talked this much in a long time, so it's interesting. It's kind of fun. But anyways, let's see, December. I'm thinking maybe the 1st or the 8th. I would hope maybe even like the 15th. But I'm thinking like the 8th. If it comes out the 8th, then we have a couple of weeks to play. And then I hope, and then we have like Christmas and New Year's. And then I hope the raid comes out maybe the week after New Year's, so like the 5th or the 12th. And then that would kind of work with how the holiday season goes and stuff. So that's what my thoughts are. Hopefully it's not too bad. Or not too far away. They even may delay it another month. Who knows how everybody's saying Shadowlands is not close to being ready, and so if they waited a month, that'd be fine. So I'll pause this video real quick because my throat is killing me. All right, so we're back. Anyways, so next week in WoW we get Cooking Impossible Brawl. I haven't done it yet, so I don't know if it's new, but I'm pretty sure they released it a while ago. I think you just go in and turn in ingredients or something. I don't know. I'll give it a try maybe. And then next week is also World Quest bonus. So World Quest bonus on top of the Winds of Wisdom buff is just going to be insane. So try to get your Paragons and your rep up as fast as you can. It's going to be pretty easy next week, so get that done. And then Hollow's End comes out on Sunday of next week. So, Hollow's End. Get those achievements. Get that Headless Horseman mount. I still don't have it, but I'm going to get it. I leveled up like 20 120s just to get the mounts. I got both Brewfest mounts this year, and I'm going to get the Hollow's End mount. It's just going to happen. So, make sure you go and do that. Get the Hollow's End mount. It's like one of the coolest mounts in the game. And yeah, that's pretty much all that's going to happen next week, along with pre-patch, which I haven't been on PTR, so I don't know exactly what quests are, with the pre-patch. I don't know how long the content's gonna last, but I do know that there's gonna be a lot of catch-up gear. So you can catch up if you have like a bunch of alts like me. You can get all your alts geared out. I think it's gonna be like normal and I load the gear, so I'm level 445. Um, but yeah, make sure you go and get that gear, play the pre-patch, do the Scourge invasion. That should be pretty fun. I'm excited. Um, hopefully, I'm not saying that much. I always think about that in the middle of a video and it throws me off. But yes, so that should be interesting. And this first podcast, I didn't want to do um, too long because it's kind of like an introduction podcast, who I am. Then I went over the week and WoW, and then I'm gonna end it with a tier list because that's the cool thing to do. This tier list is gonna be basically um, classes in WoW. Now this is all my personal preferences, so it's actual real facts. Like this is what is the best, and if you think different, you are wrong. But yeah, so we're gonna start off with Death Knight. Death Knight, I think, is probably one of the coolest. Now, this is all by fantasy. I don't play these enough to know how they play and you know the mechanics of the class, but I do know the fantasy, and I think Death Knights are really cool. They're just really metal and bloody and just cold and dark and evil and emo, and yeah, they're awesome. So, Blood Death Knight, you're just bloody and sucking blood out of enemies and healing yourself. Undead, you're like diseased, infested, and popping zits on enemies and blistering, nasty, gross, disgusting, nasty shit. And then Frost Death Knight, which I play most of the time when I'm on Death Knight, is pretty fun. I like Frost. It's like I used to love two-handed Frost, so you just felt like this giant Death Knight just chopping away with icy cuts and stuff. So I like Death Knight. I'm gonna put them at an A because if I like them more, I'd actually play them, but I don't play them that much. So if they were an S, I'd play them. No, for some reason there's two Demon Hunters on here, so we're just gonna do one. But Demon Hunters are pretty cool. Um, the idea of them is pretty sweet. They only class that can do Warglaves, which is I think Warglaves are the coolest looking weapons. I think Demon Hunters look really cool when they run around and dash around, and go into metamorphosis. Yeah, Demon Hunters are top tier too. I don't play it that often, but I'm gonna also put them at an A. I like them. Next one will be Druid. The Druid, I started back in Burning Crusade, and it took me a while to level them up. But I think I played them quite a bit in Mists of Pandaria. I don't see. I don't know. Druid, he can turn into a bear. He can turn into a cat, animals and stuff. But if you get like a sweet weapon, you can't see it unless you're a resto druid. Moonkin's kind of weird. The laser chicken is kind of cool, but not too big of a fan of druid. Um, they are pretty sweet, but they're not as cool as Death Knight Demon Hunter, I think. So I think we're gonna do a B. Yeah. We'll do Hunter now. Hunter I mained in Warlords of Draenor, and not too big on pet classes. I don't know why. I think like I like controlling my character, but then when I have to control another random thing that's kind of running around doing its own thing, uh, I just don't care for it. Even if it's like I don't like when it goes and like randomly, it doesn't do that too often now, but it used to like run around and pull random stuff and end up killing me. But hunters are cool. I like bows and arrows and guns and stuff. I like guns, but I don't think hunters are right up there. I think they're pretty like I play them as like solo things and just shoot stuff and have some fun here and there. Rogues, this is where I'm probably gonna like piss off a lot of people, but rogues aren't my thing. Like they're kind of cool, like stealthy and stabby, and but I don't know. Like who's a cool rogue? Like Garona's maybe, but like I don't know. Rogue stepping in the shadows. It's probably just me. It's probably just because I can't play a rogue, and every time I do, I suck at it. So um, but I also just don't. Ninjas are okay. Rogues are okay. I'm gonna do a C though. Don't be mad. I'm gonna do a C. Um, now we got mages. Mages. I think mages are pretty cool. Um, Frost mage. I've been playing quite a bit lately, and it's all right. I know fire mage was doing crazy this tier. Um, and then arcane. What happened to arcane? I used to love playing arcane, but I don't see it anywhere. I love seeing an arcane mage. I think they just look really cool. So I hope arcane comes back next expansion. I really like how arcane looks. Fire mage, eh, like it plays all right. Like I used to love playing my fire mage, but I don't think it looks that. I think if you're a mage, you should be just like an arcane mage. I think that's cool. Or they should make like a mage like subclass that's like a time weaving mage or something. I think that would be really sweet. But mage, we're gonna go B. Um, yeah. Monk. Listen, I love Monk. I play Monk. My little um like screen uh frame around my face right now is like the Monk green because I love Monk. Brewmaster is badass. Like you're getting drunk and shooting fire out of your mouth and throwing kegs and kicking and punching and hitting people with sticks. Like how cool is that? And then you got Mistweaver just like shooting mist everywhere, and Mistweaver is probably the lamest out of the like in fantasy wise out of the monks, but or maybe like Brewmaster is the coolest, right? You're going around hitting people and drinking beer and just getting drunk and beating the shit out of people and spitting fire. That's awesome. Mistweavers and Windwalkers, you're just kind of jumping around like and punching people. But I love Monk, and I'm putting Monk S. Monka S. Paladin. Paladins are badass. I love paladins. They look cool. They are cool. They're just you're either wielding a giant mace and a shield or a giant mace and just smashing things with holy light, and they just the wings come out and you just look badass. I love paladins. They're cool. So S for paladin as well. Um Now we're at shaman. Probably one of my least played classes. I did play it quite a bit in I remember playing enhancement because I think at the time uh well chain lightning is just like OP. So I was like, I want to play chain lightning. And I think shamans are cool. Like they have fire. Like fire mages, but fire like shamans, like lighting on fire and controlling elements, is really cool, and I like that. I like totems are kind of lame, and uh, but when you spawn like a fire elemental or a stone elemental, and they're just like these giant things, and you're sitting hitting with your flame hammers, and I don't know. I think shamans are kind of cool. Uh, Thrall, they're all cheated though, killing Garrosh. So thought I'd just let you know. But I don't. Um, yeah, they're cool, but they're not that cool. So we're gonna go B. Then we'll do Warlock, which is literally like the least played, I think, out of all my classes. The least, absolutely. I don't know why. I think Warlocks are really cool and creepy, and you curse people, you scare them, you like. They're another class that I think is cool to have fire. Not really mages, but you know, locks are cool. But they're another pet class, and I didn't like pets. I never liked them. Uh, my friend, she's been playing Warlock since I met her in Burning Crusade, and I just don't understand why. It's my least favorite. Um, so we'll go. See, I know some people these are like their favorite, and these are their least favorite. But you know what? This is my list, so you guys can go. You can take a seat right now, okay? Warrior. It's the first class I ever played. Warriors are awesome. Warriors get mad. They smash things. They break things. Warriors wield all sorts of weapons. Um, Warriors wear everything. Um, Warriors are one of the coolest classes. You spin around, hash, slash, kill everything. I love warriors. The idea of a warrior is like my ideal class when I start any kind of fantasy game. You just smash and kill everything. They're so cool. So S tier. Priest. Priest. Priests are really are pretty awesome. I think they're cool because you're either like this. I'm gonna heal everybody with my light, or you're like I'm gonna twist and bend your mind and kill you with darkness. Like they're both ends of the spectrum, and I think they're really cool. Priests, I play as my alt healer this tier, and holy disc were pretty fun. Shadow, but I heard the new Shadow is really fun, so it's kind of tempting me to for this to be my next um, main. Thinking about it, but I still can't. Uh, I still can't make that decision quite yet. So we're gonna do. I think priests are gonna be an A. I like them a lot, but I don't quite like them as much as these three. These three are like my holy trinity. They're like I could play any of these and have a lot of fun. These ones I can have fun sometimes. These ones, and then these ones I'd never have fun. So yeah. So that's my tier list for World of Warcraft classes. Um yeah. Hope you enjoyed that one. Uh anyways, I think I'm going to end this um podcast, but thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions or want to uh, check out my socials, I'll leave them here at the end of this video for a few seconds. All of them are at Lucayu TV, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I changed them all to Lucayu TV On Twitch, I do have Luke Caillou without the TV, so you could just go on there. I'm going to be streaming the pre-patch this week. I'm going to be streaming Shadowlands. I'm probably going to be streaming quite a bit, as much as I can. Usually, um, I have about um, morning to daytime, probably like from 9 a.m. to around 4 uh, p.m. PST. I'm going to be able to stream. Probably not going to do night streams, but we'll see. Things might change. Might get a job and then I'll have to switch things up. So, all right. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to leave my information at the end of this, and you take care. Goodbye.